Thanks for tuning in to Bizzy Breas Hot Topics on the Heat 97.3 FM.
What's going on, everybody? This is your girl, Bree, with Bizzy Breas Hot Topics. And I brought both my girls with me, Lovie D and Jen for Real 100. Yeah. I know you guys don't really know us, but we are about to play a game. It's like a little bit of an icebreaker. So, Lovie D and Jen, are you guys ready for this game?
We ready.
We are ready. Let's do this.
Ready.
All right. Okay. Lovie, what do you prefer, renting or owning a house?
Definitely got to go with owning. Gotta have something that's mine.
Yep. Okay. All right, Jen, same question for you, although it may be a loaded question since I'm not sure if the listeners know, but Jen is a real estate agent as well. So, but you never know. Some real estate agents prefer to rent, just depending on their situation. So, Jen, what do you prefer, renting or owning a home?
Yep, like you say, it is a loaded question. I prefer owning because home ownership is one of the quickest ways to build generational wealth. Because when you own something, it's yours to do what you want to do with it. No one can, tell you what to do with your home. If you're renting something, you can't add on to a rental if you want to expand it, but you can with your home. You can borrow money against your home. You can pull out the equity once you build up payments in your home. So a home is an investment, but I understand, the other side too of why people rent. But yeah, if you want to have a piece of investment in your generational wealth, then, home ownership is the way to go.
All right. There you guys heard it from the real estate agent herself. I tend to lean towards home ownership. I think, like Jen said, there's a lot of benefits that come from owning your own home, especially if you want to build upon your house and do some add-ons. Of course, I do understand why someone would want to rent as well. It really kind of depends on where you are in life. So, all right, next question. Lovie, favorite fast food and why? Favorite fast food restaurant and why?
Gotta go with the Chick-fil-A, baby. Even though they ain't open, they need to bring back their coleslaw. But gotta go with the Chick-fil-A.
All right, Jen.
I'm impartial to Mickey D's. Yeah. I don't care, love me. I love Mickey D's. McDonald's was one of my first jobs when I was 15 years old, and I love those golden fries.
If they're hot.
Especially when they're hot. Okay. Of course, everybody loves hot fries. Yes, and give me a fish fillet with extra tartar sauce. Ooh. So yeah, Mickey D's, baby, them golden arches.
McDonald's. All right, McDonald's, you heard it from Jen for Real 100. If you want to be a sponsor, we would love to have you sponsor our show. Definitely not a McDonald's fan. I probably haven't had McDonald's in like 15 years. Wow. It used to be good when I was a kid, but I don't know if they changed some things, but it definitely started tasting a little weird. But if you want to be a sponsor of McDonald's, then I love your food. All right. I am definitely going to side with Lovie D. Chick-fil-A is just amazing. If I'm going to have some fast food, it's going to be Chick-fil-A. So yeah. All right. Moving on to the next question, Lovie D. Who is your all-time favorite singer, either dead or alive?
Gotta go with Toni Braxton, baby. That's my girl. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about Toni Braxton? Why do you like Toni Braxton?
I just love everything about her. She's classy. I love my one of the biggest things I can say is that she's just loves her family. But she goes hard for her family and with her sisters and her mom. So I love that about her. Just her soulful voice. I've been a Toni Braxton fan, for as long as I can remember. So yeah.
All right. Okay. And Jen, what about you? Who's your all-time favorite singer, dead or alive, man or woman?
Mine is going to be the incomparable Whitney Houston. I love myself some Nippy. I love Whitney's energy. She was energetic. She was vibrant. She had her voice had range in it. Yeah. So yeah, I love myself some Whitney.
Yes. So I'm going to have to agree with you. I would say it's really hard for me to just choose one. So right. I would say as far as a man, I would definitely say Michael Jackson for me, because he's timeless. And so is Whitney, of course. So, but for a man, I'd say Michael Jackson. And for a woman, I would definitely say Whitney Houston. Her charisma, her fun hairstyles. Remember in the videos, you guys, where she was always dancing around with the vibrant dresses and her cool hairstyles, and of course her voice. They don't call her the voice for nothing, right? So,
Right.
yeah, Whitney Houston for the win. Toni Braxton, definitely a phenomenal singer. She's got some just great songs, and I definitely think Toni Braxton is up there as well. But we're gonna have to go with Whitney Houston on that one, Lovey.
Okay, Whitney it is. Go Nippy. Go Nippy.
All right, I'm gonna for this next question, I'm gonna start off with Jen because this is kind of her area of expertise on the show. You guys, she's gonna be bringing you some sports updates, and she knows her stuff. So, Jen, what is your favorite sport and why?
My favorite all-time sport is boxing.
All right.
Something
Brutal.
about two men in that center ring duking it out for each other.
Okay. Brutal. Violent.
Whatever, Lovey. I love boxing. It is near and dear to my heart. And it's part because I grew up with a single mother. Shout out to single mothers out there. And she worked 2 jobs, had to do what she had to do to feed her family. And I would have to spend the weekends with my aunt and uncle. And my uncle Albert was the military strict man. And whatever was on TV, that's what you had to watch. And he watched a lot of boxing on the weekend. So yeah, that's the reason why I like boxing.
Okay, that's awesome. I love boxing as well. But the next question is going to go to Lovey. Lovey, what is your favorite sport and why?
I'm definitely gonna have to go with basketball. I'm definitely a basketball fan, and again, I'm only 5'3", so a lot of people probably don't know unless you're from my hometown that I played basketball from junior high all the way through high school. Starting point guard, number 4. Go Porterfield.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely basketball fans.
Definitely did not know that. So this game is helping me to know a little bit more about you ladies as well. I love it.
Hawks, even though y'all aren't playing so well. Yeah, but go Hawks.
So I would have to say for me, I do really enjoy football, but I'm gonna have to side with Jen on boxing. I absolutely love boxing. In fact, I went to school with Floyd Mayweather out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. So
Money, Mayweather.
yeah, but I'd love it's kind of like to me, and Jen, correct me if I'm wrong, but boxing is kind of like a soap opera of sports because you get to hear about all of their, feuds and their stories. They go back to their hometown.
Yeah, true. You're right.
Mm-hmm. And I love it because, with boxing, it's not about necessarily who's the strongest. You got to be calculated. You have to know where to hit someone. You have to know how to last. I mean,
mentally strong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up Floyd because he's a great boxer that plays the mental game.
Yep, exactly. Yep. So there's a lot to that sport, and sometimes you'll see the two opponents, and you're going to think it's the guy who has the bigger muscles, but it's not always about that.
You're right. It'll surprise you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we are going to switch things up a little bit now. We're going to get a little spicy. You guys didn't think it was going to be that easy, did you?
Oh gosh,
we did.
You say spicy.
You should know me by now.
All right, now this is a rated G show.
Exactly. Well, we'll keep it good, but it's gonna get a little fun. Okay, so Lovey, you're up next. Do you prefer a tall or a short man?
It depends on how short, because again, I'm 5'3". I don't want a man that's 5'3", 5'4". I need something to hold on to. But I guess, it has changed since I've gotten older, because growing up, you always wanted the tall guy, the light-skinned guy, the green eyes, and the whole nine. But as I've gotten older, it's changed. But again, I personally, if I just had them lined up and just had to choose from that, I wouldn't want anybody probably under 5'8". But
okay.
Again, it just depends on getting to know them and their personality. Who knows? I may fall for a guy that's 5'4".
Oh,
but the one thing is, I've dated guys that were 6'4", 6'5", and honestly, I didn't really like it. It was it wasn't. It was going out, and I'm walking next to them. I'm taking 5 steps to keep up with their 1, and it was just kind of like, even with the intimacy, to me, it was kind of awkward sometimes.
Okay, rated G.
I'm keeping it rated G, but for me, for the preference, for Lovey D, it was just more of I really wouldn't want to date anyone over 6'1". Honestly, not to say I wouldn't, but I wouldn't too.
Okay, fair. That's a really good good answer, Jen. I'm gonna go ahead and
6'1",
turn around and give you the same question.
all the other things.
Well, Lovey, please be quiet. You've had your time. Bizzy Bree, give me a tall drink of water any day.
Like some 6'8" tall.
Any day, baby. Any day. You know,
Now, how tall?
well, I'm 5'4", so give me an even 1 foot, 1 foot above. An even 6'4" man would do it for me. But like Lovey said, give me a tall man. Them ex football linebackers or them ex NBA players.
She like I'm 6'8" and taller.
Lovey, stop. I did that again. I was
gonna
6'7".
end up with bad knees by the time he's 40.
Bro, them knees, that was a Ben Gates. But
All
yeah,
right.
and also, but all serious, all jokes aside, I will look for height when I first see a man, but also if you're taller than me when I got heels on, so that make me about 5'8", so about 5'11", 6 feet.
6 feet.
It's all about the personality at the end of the day.
It changes once you get older. You don't look for those. The height stuff doesn't become as important once you get older. You try to look for the other qualities. Yeah.
Okay. Great answers, ladies. Let's see here. This is going to be kind of more a deep-rooted question.
What about you?
Miss Mary.
Oh,
that's her choice.
So I will say this. I definitely love tall men growing, kind of like from teenage on up a little bit. It was always at least, want to be 6 feet until I realized that that can't sustain a relationship.
Right.
So honestly, probably a man 5'8" and under is a no.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm 5'2", just by the way.
Well, I think you got your perfect height in a man.
Yes.
Yes, baby. Yes. Well, thank you. Okay. This next question is a little deep. This is going to go to, I'm going to actually just turn this right over to Jen again. Jen, what's one thing you would tell your younger self right now that you now know at this time? If you could.
What would I tell my younger self that I know right now? I would tell my younger self, don't be in a rush to grow up. To just take your time, live in the moment. Don't overthink anything. Don't take yourself too seriously. Just, set your sights on what you want and don't let anything deter you from that. But yeah, just don't be in a rush to grow up so fast.
Great advice.
Just take your time.
Yeah.
I like that. Lovey, same for you.
I would have told myself to take more chances. Growing up, Kojic Pentecostal type childhood, it being so strict of what to do and what not to do, and if you're gonna burn an eternal fire if you do make this decision, I think I would have been a little bit more adventurous. I would have to definitely taken more chance. Not that I would have been rebellious to my parents. I just think I wouldn't have waited until I was 31 to start making decisions based on what I wanted for me versus what my parents wanted for me, which was to live 5 minutes down the road from them, work at the local factory, go to church 5 days a week, and just do that till you die. So I would have been more adventurous.
I like that. That's good. And if anybody's watching that's a young person, these are really good answers. Basically what I'm hearing is take your chances, go for it.
Yeah.
Don't just I feel like when you're younger, older people tend to, and by older people, I mean anybody that's older than you, that's kind of lived maybe 5-10 years, but they tend to put their fears on you and their restrictions. And that's not necessarily your restrictions. That's what I'm hearing from the conversation.
Yeah.
You're going to burn or,
and that was definitely my parents. I'll say my mom more so.
Wow.
Pushing that fear that if we ever left small town Southeast Missouri and went to the city, that we were just going to be wayward. And because we saw so many other family members, that it was kind of like, see what happened when they left. So it was that fear. It was that fear tactic that kept us from, going to college early or leaving home and going, just moving over to the next state. It was just kind of like that fear of war was going to break out any day and everybody's going to be gone. So stay here. If you die, you're going to die with your parents.
and I'm definitely going to I'm going to definitely answer this question as well. We got to take a quick break, you guys. Hopefully you're learning a lot from all of us, but we do have to take a quick break. And when we come back, I will definitely answer the question as well. And then I have a few more questions for you ladies. We're not done yet. So stay tuned, you guys, and don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Funding for WJWC The Heat 97.3 FM is brought to you by American Heart Association. Every 80 seconds, a woman dies from heart disease, but it doesn't have to be that way. Our mothers, our sisters, our friends' lives are at stake. Help raise awareness and join The Heat 97.3 FM in the fight against the #1 killer. At the Grand Rapids Go Red for Women Luncheon on February 29th at 10:30 a.m. Tickets and event info is at heart.org/Grand Rapids Go Red. That's heart.org/Grand Rapids Go Red. Thank you, American Heart Association.
You are listening to Bizzy Breas Hot Topics on the Heat 97.3 FM.
Support for the Heat 97.3 FM comes from Grand Rapids Community College, Tassel M-Tech.
Start your career in healthcare. Career training programs at Grand Rapids Community College prepare you for in-demand jobs like certified nurse aide, community health worker, direct support professional, pharmacy technician, and phlebotomy technician. Financial aid assistance is provided to eligible students to complete their studies. For more details, go to grcc.edu/healthcare.
For the latest in entertainment, culture, and sports, tune into Bizzy Breas Hot Topics, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. noon Eastern Standard Time on the Heat 97.3 FM and online at www.theheat973.com.
WJWC, The Heat 97.3 FM is sponsored by Gerald R. Ford International Airport. Enjoy nonstop peace of mind when you choose one of our Gerald R. Ford International Airport's 30-plus nonstop routes. Learn more at flyford.org.
All right, you guys, we are back. We just left off with the question was, what's one thing that you would tell your younger self right now that you now know at this time? And Lovie and Jen had some really great answers. I will also piggyback by saying the one thing that I would tell myself, my younger self, is to go after your dreams without letting other people deter you. I have always had big dreams, and not everybody around you is going to have the same dreams. And so sometimes it may seem like you're kind of like a black sheep because everybody's taking a different path. So I know that I have a lot of, people who have gone into like the hospitality or been into like hospitals, nurses, people who worked at hospitals. And I was told to go that path. And I'm like, I don't like blood. I don't want to be on my feet. So that's not going to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, the dreams that I had, I didn't know anybody who even had those dreams. So I really did have to scratch and start from the bottom, get it out the mud, as they say, or I really had to figure it out because nobody wanted to do what I was doing, and they kind of looked at me crazy.
I feel you on that.
Yeah. So that's the one thing that I would tell myself, and to realize that just because it's different and it's not the norm does not mean it's not what's meant for you.
Right.
All right. So now, Lovie D, you're up. What's on Lovie D's bucket list?
To go to a nude beach. How many do I need to name?
As many as you can.
Well, for starters, I definitely want to go to a nude beach, hopefully before the end of 2024. It's
Been there, done it.
Well, I'm trying to catch up. As awkward as it may sound, should you put it on a bucket list? But I would love to be married by the end of this year.
Okay.
And to have by the end of the year my second full feature film filmed and ready for viewing before the end of the year. Those are the top three things I think on my bucket list for 2024.
Nice.
For this radio show to be amazing.
Oh, yes, yes.
Hoping.
All right, Jen, you're next. What's on Jen's bucket list, or do you have a bucket list?
I do. I do have a bucket list. Travel more. Especially it's a couple of beaches and places I want to go to. Like I want to go to Thailand. I want to go to Zanzibar, and I want to go to Dubai. Not sure why, but I don't know. It seems like everybody go to Dubai, so I just want to see what's all the hype about.
Right.
Even though I'm a beach person, so
Yes.
I want to do more island hopping. And since I have done some reality TV, I want to be a Bravo celebrity. Bravo celebrity.
So you want to be?
I do.
Just Bravo.
Yeah, I do.
right there with
I
you,
want to be on Bravo.
right there
I've
with
been,
you.
I did Bravo blind date. So if you're him, if Andy Cohen, are you listening to me? Any people listening out there, if y'all know Andy, can y'all write Andy and let him know? I've been on Bravo one time. So I got my toe in the door.
Yes.
Okay, I got my little baby toe in the door.
Foot in.
So you know what? I do. I don't have to be a real housewife, but you know, I need to be on Bravo TV.
Well,
It's
that's
just
something
not
we
about
need to
it.
start working on. You, Bree, and I need to start working on getting that reality show thing going. And
Yeah.
That's right.
I
Speaking
think
of-
America need to see us.
They do. They will. They already hear us, but they need to see
They
us
need to
too.
see us.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. You guys got some great items on your bucket list. On my bucket list is I want to skydive, you guys. I do.
Oh my gosh.
I want to skydive. I know people in my family who have done it. I've always wanted to do it. I don't want to do it alone though. So
No, we're not doing it with you.
okay, well I'll move on.
That will not be part of the segment of the reality show, guys. You guys know.
And then there's a few places I do want to visit and travel to. And that's truly on my bucket list. I want to do those things because it's something that I would normally never consider doing, and I just want to do it for the thrill of it, and just to say I did it.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, Lovey, did you enjoy high school?
I didn't enjoy high school till I was probably in the 11th grade.
Okay.
I can tend to be stuck because I was an ugly duckling for one. Just skinny, scrawny, and I really wasn't getting into my academics like I would have and should have. But I would say 11th grade, I started liking high school, but my senior year, I loved my senior year.
Okay. And did you think you liked it because you were kind of coming into your own and you felt more
Yes.
confident?
I think at that point, I was still the ugly duckling. I was actually an ugly duckling up until I'm 50 now. I was probably 41. But I think it was just because it was such a small town. All the guys, the black guys anyway, were relatives. So I couldn't really get
Wow.
So it was just like focus on church and school. By then.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think by my senior year was just enjoy my senior year. I had fun. I got to go to what they called Central, New Mexico County Central. So you got to experience being around people outside of your own little hometown area. So my senior year, I would say definitely one for the books. I really, if I could relive my senior year over again, I would.
Oh wow, nice.
Just my senior year, not 9th through 11th.
Jen, what about you? Did you enjoy high school or was it a nightmare?
Not gonna say it was a nightmare, but same as Lovey, I was the ugly duckling.
Look how funny we are now.
I know it. I'm like, Mama, please do not pull out them pictures for nobody to see. Hide those things, cause baby, I was an ugly duckling. Like Lovey, I started getting into my own about 11th grade. And so I loved 12th grade because that was the year I knew that once this year is over, I'm leaving this town and I ain't never coming back. And I stayed true to that. I made that promise to myself and I stayed true to that. But yeah, and I'm like Lovey too. I didn't have a boyfriend that was like I guess in my high school like that, because I was 98 pounds soaking wet and all the other girls were for real.
Yes.
All the other girls like developed and all that. So yeah, I really didn't have the
Look at
boyfriend
them
thing.
now, look
So
at us.
but hey, them high school boys like, hey big head. I'm like, no boo-boo.
And you, Bree?
I was really shy 9th grade in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Of course, I went to Creston High School. It's now called City High, I believe. And I was really shy. I didn't have a lot of friends because we moved around a lot. So I was only in Grand Rapids a short while before even going to high school. Before that, I came from Lansing, Michigan. And since we moved around so much, I didn't know many people. But once, probably I'd say about junior, senior year, like yourself, I had a lot of fun. Like I really enjoyed myself. I was in like the drama, with part of the theater. I was a cheerleader. I did track. And so, and then I definitely had a couple good friends, and we enjoyed ourselves. Like we had fun.
Good.
So overall, it was a good experience. Of course, there were some bad days and some days you just wanted to be gone or be somebody else, or didn't even want to, be at school around all these people. It's just all the energy, and I never realized it was because I was feeling all these energies, and it's kind of hard sometimes to be in a room full of with so many people, and you know what I mean? So that was the hardest part for me. But yeah, overall, I enjoyed high school.
Okay.
So Jen, this question is actually just for you. No, it's a pretty good question.
Okay.
You're a Delta for anyone who doesn't know.
Ooh.
And so for anyone who wants to either join a sorority or a fraternity, how do you feel being a part of a sorority has enhanced your life?
The way it has enhanced my life is because it's a sisterhood. I didn't have any sisters growing up. So I really love that part of, being a Delta, because it's all women. We love on each other. It's a sisterhood. And yeah, so it really filled that gap that I had growing up. So that's the part I love the best about it. And then not just wearing the letters, but also delving into the work, the community work. So I love working with the youth in our Delta gyms, which is the teenage girls. I love working with them and just helping them become better versions of themselves.
Nice. So for the kids who are either already in college or getting ready to go to college, what would you say to them if they want to join if they were considering joining a sorority or fraternity? What are some advice that you would give them?
The advice I would give them is tell them to go ahead and start doing some community service work. Make sure that you volunteer. Make sure it's something that's near and dear to your heart. Do that, and then make sure you keep up those grades. Because keep up those grades. Make sure you study hard. You keep up those grades. Keep that B average at minimum going. And like I said, do a lot of community service, because sorority, especially Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated, is built on service. And service and sisterhood. So get out there and learn your community and keep those grades up.
Nice. Good advice. Good advice. Lovey.
Yes.
What kind of parent are you to your children?
Best.
Good answer.
I can be very honest. I have to say they are a bit spoiled. I'll admit that. But I am stern when it comes to certain things. I definitely push college, even though my daughter decided she wanted to wait. My son, he's finishing up and hopefully going to be heading to dental school before the end of the year.
Oh, nice.
They're spoiled, but I've always been the fun parent that like to hang out with my kids and sing, and we have our favorite shows and movies they would like to watch together. So those things have always helped me keep a close bond with my babies. So they'll always be my babies, even though they're 23 and 22.
Oh,
yeah, very nice. And then the same question for you, Jen.
I am the relatable parent. And I say that because I have all boys. So I have 3 sons. They are grown, but they're still my babies.
Mm-hmm.
And we talk to each other. They have an open communication with me. Sometimes they tell me stuff I may not want to hear, but I'm like, I just smile like, okay, yeah, don't want to know that much. But yeah, so I really pride myself on that. And I made sure that was very intentional, because growing up, I did not have that open communication. I had a stern mother that it was like, shut up, do what I say. I couldn't talk. My feelings or my opinion didn't matter, wasn't valued or whatever. However it is, how you grew up in that Black family, that mother dynamic. So I made sure that my kids wasn't scared to tell me anything, because I didn't want them going to their knucklehead friends. Their friends don't know nothing.
Right.
So yes, I'm the relatable parent, so a mix of I'm their best friend, but I'm also their mother. They know not to try me.
That part.
Gotcha. Okay. I would, as far as my parenting style, I'm definitely the fun parent. I mean, I like to have fun. And I remember, it's almost like my kids, my 2 daughters, I can just remember being a young girl myself. And I remember what it was like. And so I just like to engage with them. That's why I even got on TikTok in the first place, was so I could,
Yes.
relate and do the cute little dances or,
Yeah.
the trends with my daughter. And I really like to have fun with them. I'll get down, play with them, Barbies or just whatever.
That's
But I'm
fun.
also,
We are.
yeah, yep. But I'm also pretty strict too,
Yes.
because I feel like you can't just be their friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
They need boundaries, but I try not to be a helicopter parent, but I am, if some things happen to you in the past, you want to make sure that those same things don't happen to your children.
Yeah.
So
Right.
sometimes I can be a little overbearing, and I will definitely admit that. But once they reach a certain age, I do realize it's important to give them space.
Yeah. Just see how
And
they.
it's important to let them make their own mistakes, but you just don't want them to make a
Mhm.
mistake that's going to change the course of their life or affect them
Oh,
that
yeah.
they can't bounce back from. Does that make sense?
It makes a lot
Absolutely.
of sense.
Absolutely.
And so that's kind of the parent I am. But I love having fun with my children. I can just be a little overprotective, and I know
Yes,
that.
we all
And
are, especially with girls.
exactly. Oh God, exactly. You just remember all the things that you went through, and you're like,
Like if someone only would have told me.
Yes. And that's another thing. Thank you for saying that, Jen. So I tell my daughter everything because I remember all the stuff I wasn't told. And I'm like, I'm going to arm her with so much. I'm going to arm her so that, and then if she still decides to make the mistake, it's on
Yeah.
her. But at least she can't say I didn't tell her.
Exactly.
Amen.
Exactly.
That's the same
Exactly.
thing I have in my household. Like you can do what you want to do, but you can't say I did not tell you.
Yep.
That's right. That's exactly right. And so, yeah, and I don't know. Parenting is obviously the hardest job anyone will ever do. You're actually responsible for a
Yeah.
whole human being.
Yeah.
You look
Right.
at them and you can't believe they actually came from you, first of all.
Yeah.
I ask my daughter all the time, like, where I get you from?
Right,
She like, from right there.
right. Exactly. So, anyways, but yeah, so good to know. All right, you guys, we are about to take another quick break, but we will be right back to answer and have a few more questions and have a little bit more fun. I hope you guys have been enjoying learning a little bit more about Bizzy Bree, Jennifer 100, and Lovey D. So when we get
Yes.
back, have you guys been having fun?
Yeah, lots of fun.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous though, but okay.
You'll get over it. All right, you guys, we'll be right back.
97.3 FM would like to thank our sponsor, Great Giant Supermarket, for their support. Great Giant Supermarket is located at 1226 Madison Ave Southeast on the corner of Hall Street and Madison Avenue. Great Giant Supermarket has helped stabilize the Southeast Side Madison Square Commercial District by providing food security and access for local residents, and our community greatly appreciate their commitment. Great Giant Supermarket provides groceries, meats, hot food to go deli, and a full line of beverages including liquor. Great Giant Supermarket's meat department has just been remodeled and now have more meat selections available. Thank you, Great Giant Supermarket.
You are listening to Bizzy Breas Hot Topics on the Heat 97.3 FM.
Programming for the Heat 97.3 FM is brought to you in part by Gun Lake Casino.
Gun Lake Casino's got the car and the cash, and they could be yours. It's Bins and Bucks every Saturday in February. With over $160,000 in cash prizes, plus a chance to win a new Mercedes-Benz GLC. Drawings are each week. Then on February 24th, one lucky player wins a cool 10 grand or drives home in a new Mercedes. Bins and Bucks, only at Gun Lake Casino.
Experience the best days.
See Reward Center for details.
Tune in to hear the latest in entertainment, culture, and sports on Bizzy Breas Hot Topics on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. noon Eastern Standard Time. You can also listen to us online at www.theheat973.com.
All right, you guys, we are back. I've got one last question. Lovey D, this is for you first. Married or single? Do you prefer to be married or single?
Oh, wow. That's a double-edged sword question.
And what's better in your opinion?
I would have to say I would really honestly rather be married. I would rather be married than single.
Okay.
I just want us to have our own perspective of life. You know, sometimes you have to have your own set of friends to just have that separation time. But as far as the whole lifestyle on the whole, I definitely would love to be married.
Okay. Jen, what about you? Married or single?
Married.
Team married.
Married. Yep, I am team married. I was once married, a long time, and I was single a long time. Now I want to be married again because when you're married, yeah, to death do us part for real this time. No play. First time was
No play.
No play. First time was a test run. But yeah, I like married because married, I love going out and being social. And when you're married, it's like you always have a date.
If you ever say my husband, not my boyfriend.
I want to say my man.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree. I agree.
Married.
Yep, I do. I like being married, guys, because you have somebody who can actually kind of put you in check too. If you can't always see yourself, right? So if you're having a bad day or you're being a certain way, that partner can, give you a back massage, be there. They know the ins and outs because you're obviously going through so much together. You got to go through the ups and downs, and it's just good to have a companion and somebody there who gets you. And of course, obviously, you're not always going to see eye to eye, and that's impossible because you're two different human beings, but you're merging together, and if you're equally yoked, then you can truly understand each other without even having to talk to each other. You feel each other's energy. And you can build things together. You could create amazing projects, and you could create a beautiful home together. Obviously, depending on how old you are, children.
Two is always better than one.
There you go. That's exactly right. So yeah, I guess married for the win. It's unanimous. All three of us.
Married.
But a good marriage, not just any marriage. I
don't want to be married just to say I'm married. No, I don't want that. Could have had that 10 times over.
I just want to make that clear to the listeners. We're not talking about just being married just to, yeah.
But if you want to be single, hey, be single too. Nothing wrong.
Yes.
That's right. Okay. All right, you guys. Well, that is going to wrap up the icebreaker portion of our show. I definitely hope you enjoyed getting to know myself, Lovie D and Jen for Real 100. Of course, you're going to be hearing from us quite often, so I want to give you a little bit background on us so that you can feel like you know us a little bit. And as we go on, and as we continue with the show, week after week, you'll of course get to know us even more. But right now, I want to jump into more about us. So, just a little bit about me. I did grow up in Lansing and Grand Rapids, Michigan. Went to school at Creston, and then I went to college at Grand Valley State University. Shortly after I graduated, I did move to Atlanta. While in Atlanta, besides modeling, I was a TV host of What's Happening TV on the previous UPN for 2 years. I interviewed Joe Torre, Destiny's Child. I interviewed a lot of different sports, Shaquille O'Neal, the after parties. I was pretty much lived in the clubs. So after I did the show, I didn't even want to go to another club because I was at the club all the time to get these interviews with my team. And we also introduced like the top music videos that were, during that time. And we had a lot of nice exclusive interviews, and it was a lot of fun. And so I was also the weather girl on the Hot 97 XM radio show as well. And and then, I've done some acting and commercial acting, and in fact, my whole family, we all act together. We've been on commercials together, and we're continuing to actually do that. So we're really happy about that. And now I'm here on the show, Bizzy Brea Hot Topics, with my girls that I'm going to introduce to you. So first up is Lovie D. She is the creator and TV host of White Couch Conversations. She has a podcast called Live with Lovie D. And she is the writer, producer, and director of a movie called Colorblind, featured on Amazon Prime. Lovie D also comes from Missouri and now lives in Atlanta, Georgia as well. So Lovie D, let the folks know who you are. Let them hear you.
I think you just wrapped it up in a nutshell. So yeah, outside of the things you just talked about, I am a mother of two biological, one adopted daughter. So shout out to my babies, Emery, Iman, Ayana, and AJ. And again, as you said, I'm from small town Southeast Missouri. But wouldn't change it for the world. Don't want to move back no time soon, but it's gonna always be home for sure. Go Porterville Bulldogs. I have a history background in accounting, have an accounting degree. But again, I love accounting, but it's not my passion. What we are doing right now in film is my passion. So I'm loving this. I'm looking forward to what this show is going to bring, not just to us as the radio personalities, but as to the people who are listening. So we want to be encouraging, enlightening, and entertaining. So I'm grateful to be a part of Bizzy Breas Hot Topics on 97.3 FM The Heat. And I'm looking forward to seeing how far God's going to take us with this one. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Lovie D, for joining us and gracing us with your presence. She is really busy, you guys, but she has a lot to bring to the table, and we are just so happy to have her, honestly. Very humbled to have her.
And I have to bring back also, not just outside of Amazon Prime Video, my movie Colorblind, the movie, have a few other things coming up in the works that obviously and apparently I will have Jen for Real 100 and Bizzy Brea on my films. And I did quite a few projects with Devon Cooper Studios out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. So I want to give a shout out to Devon Cooper for keeping me busy with his projects. I think I'm in about 5 films of his. One right now on Tubi is Fractured Not Broken. So make sure you guys check it out.
Nice. Very nice. Thank you for that. All right, you guys, now we're about to move on to Jen for Real 100. Jen for Real 100 is a reality TV actress. She was featured on the show Blind Date on Bravo. She has done promos on the OWN network for Queen Sugar. And she is also an avid sports and fantasy football lover and socialite. Jen, let the people hear you.
Hey, what's up? Thank you, Bizzy Bree, for having me. And as y'all can see, I do a lot of things. I'm a true Sagittarius all over the board. We all, kind of free fly spirit. But yeah, reality TV. I love reality TV. When Real Housewives first came out, like the OC, not Atlanta, because I started way back from the beginning, honey. So yeah, so reality TV, got into it, wasn't even trying to, just something, taking a chance and a risk on something. So love that, loved opportunities that it provided for me. So yeah, but like Lovey, my background was accounting. That was my degrees in, but I got into real estate. I'm a real estate broker in Atlanta, in Georgia, and I love doing that also. And yeah, so my passion is acting. I've done some short films. I've worked with Lovey. I've been on Lovie D. So yeah, I love running my mouth. So
We love
Sounds
it.
like we got you in the right position, both of you.
yeah, and I love sports. I am a sports girl, and men kind of like that when I can talk sports with them. So
That's right. Now tell everybody you're about to start bringing us some sports highlights as well. So, and as we know, over the last 10 years, the wave has been women in sports, and we've seen a lot more women sports commentators and things of that nature, even agents. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're going to be bringing and showcasing to this show with in regards to sports?
Yeah, I'm gonna be talking about local sports, national sports, talking about who what teams are winning, where's your favorite team or not your favorite team, and also the strives that we as Black African Americans are making in sports, and especially the women. Women are breaking all kind of barriers in sports to we're having Black women coaches in professional leagues. We're having women sports agents that are making mega super deals around here, and also women that's that's owning. Like Serena and Venus, they actually have owner stakeship in the Miami Dolphins. So that's the kind of stuff I'm going to be bringing you as related to sports and entertainment. We're going to be talking about all the juicy stuff, anywhere from TV, movie, reality, celebrities. Gonna be talking about all the juicy stuff, music, anything got to do with entertainment. Gonna be letting y'all know what hit events are going on. And so yeah, I'm gonna keep you in the loop.
Nice. And Lovey, will you be announcing any castings for your future projects, your movies, and things like that, so that if anyone wants to try out, will we be able to get that on the show as well from you?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'm pretty sure they'll be posted on my social media pages as well.
Okay, nice. Real quick, I did want to mention how we all met.
Oh,
Lovey Lovey, we're gonna start with you. Tell the audience how we all met.
We have to relive that.
Yes, we do.
Okay. Well, actually, Jen, for real, 100, called me one day. She's like, "Hey, there's this casting going on for this reality show, and I think you'll be great for it. And I'm going as well." I'm like, "Okay, send me information." So, we both show up. We're there, blah blah blah, and then of course I meet the beautiful Bizzy Brea, and I meet a few of her other compadres. We won't say names. And so that's how you and I first initially met. However, God's will be done. That kind of crashed and burned, but God saw fit to keep us in each other's lives and in each other's cell phones, contacts. That we moved on to the next project, and I thought it went great. Again, no names to be mentioned, but I hated, honestly and truly, to be transparent, to see that didn't pan out. And then here we are now. So day one, meeting the camel.
You know what?
And we'll just use that name, all right?
Shade, no
Okay. Shade, no shade. But again, I have no regrets because God was doing what He was doing at that time, even though we didn't see it. So shout out to the camel for bringing us all together.
Yep. You know what? That's funny because I was just going to say that she had a purpose, and maybe that was the purpose, even though what she initially wanted to happen obviously didn't work out for us, but there was a greater purpose for all of us to meet, I believe.
Yeah, and we appreciate her for that.
We do.
Her,
so
we wouldn't be together.
God.
Shout out to the camel.
I had a bigger plan. You can't see me doing the camel walk. Camel walk, Jenny. Camel walk.
Hump day. Hump day.
Oh, I love you ladies. You guys just give me life, I swear. I love your personalities. And I hope you listeners will too, because we have a lot of good stuff that's coming your way. We are very chatty, as you can see. We have a lot of great topics that we're going to be sharing with you. Amazing stories. We're going to try to educate you as well. I'm sure you know some of it, but hopefully we can bring you some new information. And we're just excited to bring all this to you. We are, I believe, destined to bring good information and good entertainment to this platform. And we're just so excited. I will also say too, that me and Lovey we didn't really communicate for about 2 years or a year?
Probably a little over a year, probably at least. We always follow each other on social media, but hadn't really just reached out to one another.
That's right. Yeah. Yep. That's right. And then it just kind of came full circle.
Brunch one day. Yeah, we started communicating more, and we had brunch one day. And
that's right.
Like, where you been all my life?
Oh, and then we ended up in the same city. We moved same time, same city in the outside of Atlanta.
We didn't see what God was doing when the camel strolled into our lives. When the camel just kind of strolled into our life, she didn't know that God was already already saw this coming, right?
I mean, we're literally like just 15 minutes away from each other now?
Maybe 10 minutes. Yeah. Maybe 10
And
minutes.
Atlanta's a big place, so it was just completely ironic that
I don't think it was coincidence. I think it was destiny. It wasn't coincidence. It was destiny. Yeah.
You're absolutely right. You're right. Now we just need Jen to go ahead and make that move.
Can't do it.
Waiting on you, Jennifer.
Can't do it.
See, I said that too, Bree, until I actually moved out here and got acclimated to being on this side of town. Because moving from Sandy Springs, Alpharetta area to over here was like, culture shock. But
I hope I better not go back up north that way.
No, you ain't going there.
No.
But yeah, being out here now is like, I love it. I love it. I do miss Alpharetta and Sandy Springs, I'll be honest, but I love it out here on the side.
Right. Yeah, I do too. You can breathe out here. You don't always have everyone in your face. Yeah. Remember when we first talked about that? And I was like, I love it out here.
Yeah, it took me some getting acclimated because I just really didn't want to give up Alpharetta, Sandy Springs, but I really didn't. But now that I'm out here, I love my home that God blessed me with.
Amen.
And just everything about being in the area. I found my favorite nail shops, my favorite little restaurants.
Amen.
Of course, my favorite stores are like literally 10 minutes from my house. So
yeah, and it all worked out.
It did. And
well, guys, this
about you again.
There you go, and we're right here. Well, look, you guys, we are we're so humbled to be to have you guys listen to us. Hopefully you got something out of it, and thank you, Lovie D and Jen. And we're going to take a quick break.
This program comes to you by the Community Voice, La Voz Magazine, administrated by Dr. Jose Flores, Editor-in-Chief. You can find them at 1052 Granville Avenue, Southwest New Michigan. You can reach them at 616-581-6271. Gracias, Jose.
Tune in to hear the latest in entertainment, culture, and sports on Bizzy Breas Hot Topics Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. You can also listen online at www.theheat973.com.
Funding for 97.3 FM is provided in part by La Familia Stop and Shop, located at 1066 Cesar E. Chavez Avenue Southwest, providing groceries, convenience, and libations to local community.
You are listening to Bizzy Breas Hot Topics on the Heat 97.3 FM.
All right, you guys, I'm back. It's about that time. I hope you all learned a little bit about all of us today. You can catch myself, the beautiful Lovie D, the awesome and beautiful Jen for Real 100 next time. And as always, be good, be great, and never procrastinate. Sky's the limit as long as you realize your true and authentic potential. This is your girl, Bree, with Bizzy Breas Hot Topics. I'm out.
For the latest in entertainment, culture, and sports, tune into Bizzy Breas Hot Topics Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. noon Eastern Standard Time on the Heat 97.3 FM and online at www.theheat973.com.
Thanks for tuning in to Bizzy Breas Hot Topics on the Heat 97.3 FM.